Hey guys, it's Catherine, and today I'm actually going to be starting a new video series. This is for this gigantic painting that you see here. I'm using soft or medium weight, I'm not sure exactly the hardness, but it is charcoal vine charcoal. The composition is actually a collage of maybe 12 or 13, maybe more, maybe less, different scenes that are actually abandoned buildings that are in Atlanta. I did go to one more recently and just took a couple pictures of the deteriorating walls, falling down walls, the roof that wasn't there that once was, and the pieces of things and rusty things and all of the stuff that's, you know, illustrative of something being abandoned for a long time and not being kept up with. Right now what I'm working on is just getting my first geometric entities very scaled out in this painting. What I'm doing right now. So this is a picture of the chair that I'm drawing over here. And if you can see, this chair is not geometric. So what I have done is also has a lot of values in it. It's hard to see because it is just an image. I traced a larger image. I want perfection. I basically flattened out color areas. You can see this area right here. It's dark, and then a little bit lighter in the middle, and then dark along this edge. What I've done is made it geometric. This is where it was a little bit lighter. It's not exactly. And then this is the darker area, and this is up here is a little bit lighter, where the light's hitting, and then over here, this is almost black from the shadow of this cushion. I've had to do that with all of these things. This staircase, and this staircase, and this sink on this end. I'm doing this mattress. Here's the mattress now. It still has volume and it still has like a rounded feel to it, but there's no curved lines in the schematype. Step one, I don't want to do it just like all one color because it's just going to look really flat. So making this line harder, making that a little bit harder, this like just making them geometric shapes, as you can see, is tricky. The next part that's a little bit tricky, numbering these. What I used to do before I started numbering them, say like this was a number 4 and this area was a number 5, I hadn't marked down which numbers these were, so I would be using a number 5 and I would not remember that this was a 5 because I had moved back to a number 1, which means white. White is a number 1, 5 is like a midtone. And I would do a 5 next to a 5, and it was a lot harder to do that, and a lot of more mistakes and a lot more decision making. Number the values, and it's a mind numbing. It's just, whew, it's really exhausting. So I think I just want to talk a little bit about what this painting means. If you saw my last Sphinx painting, the SpeedPaint that I did, the Sphinx and the Pyramid, I kind of talked a little bit about post-apocalyptic events that, you know, man destroys itself and then there's nothing left but the remnants of man. What I am dealing with in this painting, as I draw attention to certain aspects with the geometric style, you'll see a little bit later, the stairs, the chair, the mattress, the sink. These are all amenities. These are all things that cost resources to make our lives easier. We spend time with these objects, the amenities, giving them inherent history, and we throw them away when they start showing wear. But these objects I am painting have all been abandoned. When the world ends, however, all objects will be abandoned. So I am interested in identifying this aspect of mankind, because using our natural resources up to make these amenities can ultimately lead to our downfall. So I just wanted to touch on the geometric aspects at this time and what they represented. When I get to the other portions of this painting, I'll have more videos about the metaphors that exist in those. using the shape of the brush to get inside those little crevices. This brush is technically round, but you can flatten it out and it makes a square shape. And this is why little painting brushes are so long, so you don't put your hand in this wet stuff over here. This is where I'm holding this brush to get that angle on the other side. I really wanted to play with depth in this one because it is so large. It is a hand-stretched canvas. It is a 72 by 36 inch hand-stretched canvas, and the depth is really interesting, I think, because it is not just a single composition with a single point of view. There's a lot of in and outs and flat depth and deep depth and infinite depth all within the same composition, which I really wanted to try out. It's very surreal, and I kind of wanted to go for that as well. Okay, and that is step 1 of this painting. And when I get started on step 2, I'll show you how I finished step 1, and I will let you know more about my actual painting process and a little bit more about the concept processing of this painting when we get there. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.